Okay. Let me see. Oh, now Halle Bailey just finally, literally today, released video of her pregnant mermaid shoot that she never released when she was lying to us about being pregnant. Can I just say how much? If you guys have your phones on, I can hear whatever playback is.
Oh, that's me right now. Because he didn't say he was starting just yet.
No, the thumb went up. It started. The show started 2 minutes ago.
I'm sitting.
Yeah, friend, I can hear everything. No, but Halle Bailey,
save this thing real quick.
I love it. I love it. You don't have to tell us out loud because the audio they can hear it. Lulu's like Halle Bailey. I love that she lied to us.
I do too. Good for her.
I need y'all to know that if Lulu and I get pregnant, we're gonna lie to all of you.
Everyone lies everywhere.
You're gonna watch Lulu's nose spread. I'm gonna tell you to leave my friend alone, you fucking haters, knowing damn well there's a person in there. Right. I literally, you know what my fear is? That I'm going to go through this fitness journey, lose a bunch of weight, and then get knocked up.
Would you arbitrarily get knocked up though? I'll take that as a yes.
Wait, it got real quiet.
Right.
I don't believe, personally, this is a personal thing, guys. I don't believe in, for me, as Lulu says, sometimes, right? For me, Blue Telusima only. This is not a PSA to anybody else, but when I'm in a relationship, I don't use condoms.
Amen.
Okay.
Did you say amen?
Yeah.
So
because you're in a relationship.
Yeah, I don't use condoms in relationships, and so
So you don't care about?
Oh wow, I didn't say that.
I mean, that's what it is.
I would figure in a relationship. I mean, y'all can tell me if I'm right or wrong. In a relationship, that you would just be more on just birth control as opposed to probably that and condoms. If you're being single, you would just stick to just birth control. But tell me if I'm wrong.
How about you, Lulu? What's your thoughts?
This is your journey. That
No. We're having a conversation. What are your thoughts, Lulu, about condoms when you're in a relationship?
I get it, but I think what threw me off is you saying like if I get pregnant, then oopsie. So if
I didn't say oopsie. I just said that if I ever get pregnant like Halle Bailey did, I would lie to y'all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you didn't answer the question, Lulu.
You didn't answer the question, Blue. So like if you're in a relationship, are you using birth control or doing other measures other than condoms in order to not be pregnant?
I feel like the pull-out method counts as.
So no.
What the fuck did Jeffrey? What did your face just do?
Because this is y'all. I'm just ears.
I've never been pregnant, guys. So can we give me some credit for? Why do you sound surprised? Wow.
No. But listen, we're all
Jeff
grown.
Was like, we thought the whole time you up here.
No. We are all grown. I have heard stories from adults of just things that may have happened in earlier years. Yeah,
I've never been pregnant. I think whatever I'm doing, it's been working for me.
Amen.
Okay, so good. Caution to the wind. So if you did get pregnant, what would you do?
You said caution to the wind?
That's what that is.
Y'all think the pull-out method is caution to the wind?
Yes.
It's worked for 40 years.
To be fair.
You've been having sex for 40 years. You have not.
No, I have not.
Any time that you are engaging in sex, it is caution to the wind. Because nothing is 100%. So...
Spoken like a true hoe. I appreciate you, Jeffrey.
No,
he's like, all sex is risky.
Spoken like somebody who will not get pregnant.
Who would never
and
get
that
pregnant.
Part, yeah. But however, I did have, because I haven't seen you, Blue, the greatest birth control over the holiday. Christmas, I went home. There was so many little people under the age of 9.
Oh.
I mean, starting at 5 weeks was the youngest, 9 was the oldest, and it was a lot of them.
Oh, wow.
So much noise, so much concern from parents. I said, this cannot be my life.
Or lack of concern.
That was me. Yeah, that was me. They'd be all right. Just leave. They'd be all right.
I ran into a bunch of babies, too. Like, I went out for brunch, and there was this baby who was obsessed with me the entire time and stared at me for a full 2 hours. Yeah, and then her mother fed her.
Did you stick your tongue out?
No.
You have to stick your... when kids and babies stare, I don't mean like for the whole time, but you got to give them one little stupid face so you like,
you know why I can't? Because whenever I frown at babies, they cry. There's something about my energy that babies, like, they're intimidated by. If I, like, look at a baby sternly, they'll start crying.
I make them laugh when I'm doing like a happy or like doing a little tongue out or just something. Like,
no, they can tell that I'm not playing with them. I'm sweet. Like, when I'm playing with them, they can tell, but when I'm not playing with them, they can also tell.
I like the idea of children. It's just...
I don't even like the idea.
No, first of all, let's get back to Lulu.
I like the idea of Lutasha having a child.
Right, let's back to Lulu. Lulu, do you wear condoms in relationships? Now I'm curious. I done bared my soul.
No, I don't.
We're on the same team, friend.
I'm on birth control, though. I'm not doing the pull-out method. It's too risky for me. But it's working for you, girl.
So you think you fertile like that?
Apparently not. I mean, I don't want to find out.
I want us to, okay, we're going to change the topic because the fact that...
Because it's something I can't be in. No,
you know what it is? I've been doing pull-out in relationships. But here's the thing. Relationships are this is not oversharing, but I'm not in a relationship with everybody I'm having sex with. So if I'm having sex with somebody that I'm not in a relationship with, I'm wearing 2 or 3 condoms, child. Like, I need you to suit up. It's only in relationships, and I haven't been in a relationship in 2 years.
Okay.
So
You say you haven't been in one in 2 years?
yeah.
Oh, wait. I've known you. Hang on 1 second. How long and who?
The math.
I don't tell people when I'm always in a relationship.
Well, how long? How about that?
8 months.
Oh, okay. We don't call that a relationship. That was a trial
Wow.
basis.
Wow.
You're like, you can cancel your
You get your money back.
Wait. What do you call a relationship?
At least a year.
To me, if we're exclusive, we're in a relationship.
Y'all was
friend.
exclusive within 8 months?
Oh God, you are.
You gotta remember you talking to a gay man.
Because,
Yeah,
like,
never
at least-
mind. Jeffrey,
I feel
never
like
mind.
At least
Everything you're
a good
saying-
2 to 3 of like
No,
courting, and let
no,
me find out
no.
if you really like me, if I really like
That
you.
happened before the 8 months.
That happened
right?
before the 8 months. Yeah.
Oh, so you're talking? How long were y'all courting prior to making it exclusive?
Well, that's tricky because he was just waiting his turn. He had a crush on me and spoke on it.
I don't trust this, Blue. I don't know.
What?
Something about this.
Here's
The
the
water's a little muddy.
Well, actually, it's not muddy, hypocrite, because just like you, I don't be dating strangers.
But I don't call nothing a relationship.
Because somebody asked me to be in a relationship and I said yes. That's happened to you, yes?
No.
No.
Oh,
Not
wow.
Jeff.
Damn, Jeffrey. Okay, we are.
I don't get them shackles.
Jeff said absolutely
Honestly,
not.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I'm more free in a relationship than dating.
You should be.
Because there's a lot of things that there's a whole new menu for sex in general.
You're more
The-
comfortable.
I'm more comfortable. There's things that I'm willing to do. When you get on my nerves, there's a grace that you get that you wouldn't get if we were just dating.
Let me tell you.
Like, I'm so much nicer in a relationship. I haze people during dating.
Yeah, that's what everybody do, yeah.
No, people show representatives. Not everybody does that, Jeff. I think you and I being Tauruses with Gemini risings with the exact same makeup, we haze people first and then they get the sweet. Lulu, you're the same way where you haze.
am.
I mean, you haze Kaden on site, right? So the three of us,
Kaden.
the 3 of us haze people on site, and then things get better. Most folks I've learned give you their best up front. While you hazing them and they fall in love with the haze you're falling in love with the best version of them, and then shit starts to deteriorate.
Let me tell you, you're going to get this mess up front
Oh.
day one. Because if you can handle that,
Yep.
oh, you can go to long haul. We can go to distance.
Yeah, unless you're dating somebody toxic. Because I used to always
Unless.
think that being sweeter with time was a good thing until I met a Cancer, and he said that he actually liked my mess and didn't like that I got healthier when we got together. He's like, I like to fight. We don't fight no more. I was like, because we're together. And so now we have discussions because I
I want
chose you.
peace where I lay.
I was also
Right.
digmatized too. I'm not going to yell at you if you blow my back out.
Okay, I have a question. This both of y'all can answer. Like,
Oh,
what
wait, the sex started
does
early.
it take to get before we do introductions?
Right. We didn't even say
Hang
welcome
on.
back to the show.
So what does it take, or what has it taken in the past? Because it's probably changed as you ladies have become more experienced. You're in a relationship now, but what does it take to get you digmatized? Like, what is that?
Lulu go first because I had to be a sacrificial lamb about the pull-out method.
Is it specifically the dick, or is it the dick plus other things?
I have answers. Go ahead, Lulu.
I don't think I've ever actually honestly been dickmatized.
Bitch, you are lying. Are you serious?
I'm serious, yeah. Where like nothing else matters. Like I have to have the dick. Like, and I think this has a lot to do with the fact that I spent a lot of time figuring out how to make myself orgasm.
Got
And
it.
so like
That makes
I
sense.
can orgasm. I've orgasmed with, since I've learned how to do it, I can do it with like every partner that I had. Like for RSVP, I'm coming to the party.
See, I would see that you knowing how you want to orgasm, if somebody could actually do that without you having to give instructions, that
Well,
might,
sometimes it's not even instructions. Like I'm positioning myself like
Okay.
in a specific way to be helpful. And like that's the thing about, to me, about women orgasming. You really have to know your body in order to help. Because if a man can find it alone, it's literally a needle in a haystack. He found the shit on accident.
It's a lottery. It's luck.
Yeah, like he literally found it. He stumbled
or
across
you
it.
got that one person that actually has had enough experience. and
No,
knows
because
what
every
they're doing.
woman is different. Like
Wait, did we say that in unison?
Y'all did. Y'all did. It sounded real good in my ears too.
I was like,
ooh.
my pussy's not like Lulu's. We got different. No, every woman's different.
we harmonize.
I'm gonna bring the bass in next time.
Every-
Different.
I miss you, motherfucker, so much. Oh, I missed y'all.
Happy New Year.
I know. We didn't even talk. We went straight to
we
dick.
gotta-
Hold on.
Well, we don't have a drink, so that would be awful.
You didn't bring her no juice?
I mixed everything before I came.
You that friend.
You wanted me to be late. You see, I was on time. I would have
know-
been late.
Okay, that's fine. So Lulu, you get digmatized now, never, because you can give your own orgasm.
That's my theory.
Okay.
But because it just hasn't happened. You know, so
Huh.
I've had great sex, and
Amen.
like the sex is better, like when you're connected, you know, emotionally and attracted to the person.
Maxwell's
and blah,
playing
blah,
in the
blah, blah,
background.
yada yada
Anybody play
yada.
Maxwell?
No, but
Got a trap beat going.
Yo, you're the one who be fucking to Beyonce, huh?
To who?
One of my friends said that they fucked to one of Beyonce's sexier songs.
How?
Who was it? It was one of the
my
sexier
God.
ones.
At best,
Thick.
you could put
It
on
was Thick.
Dance for Me.
No, I think it was
but-
Thick.
Dance for You, I mean, but
I had a friend who said that they had sex to Thick.
ooh, that's that thick. It don't work for me, but maybe somebody. Yeah, no, Beyonce is not. I'm sorry, Beyonce is not on my
I
fuck
can't
list.
I can't have sex with Beyonce. She makes me want to do a shimmy.
I don't think I've ever.
I have
don't
to
know,
have sex to
maybe.
mumble rap.
Okay,
that trap,
mumble
that
rap.
trap music. I don't know what y'all say, but
Nah.
the beat is amazing. That's where we going.
I'm scared to have sex to 90s
I
R&B.
cannot.
You know why? I feel like that would get me pregnant. There's something about 90s R&B
would
that feels like
annoy me.
That feels like pregnancy.
it feels like pregnancy music. So like
Blue,
unless we were married,
Blue,
what?
Me and a '90s playlist. You think I'm gonna be fucking or I'm gonna start singing? Which one's
You can do both.
Busting out choreography.
You can do both.
I'm gonna be like, oh, this is my joint right here.
Well, you know what's so funny? We're talking about what gets you digmatized, and mine is not all sexual. So I'm gonna have an answer, then I'm gonna have a question for y'all.
Okay.
I've realized, not recently, because I've known this for a while, but it's been reiterated recently that like I can always tell how good you are to me. I'm looking for another word for the word that I want to say. I can always
Is
tell
it
how
a naughty word?
it's not. It's a not naughty. It's a naughty word.
Say it.
But it's not a naughty word, but it's naughty in the context of talking about sex, right? So there's a thing that I've been telling my friend about because she's trying to be nicer to her man because she's a boss bitch. And sometimes when she talks to him, I'm like, ooh, girl, I hurt my feelings. And so the advice I gave her, and ladies and femmes out there, this works for me a lot, is you speak to the person that you're dating from a mindset of wetness.
From the mindset
Of wetness. Like, how do you talk when you are wet? What do you want when you are wet? How do you like sound when you are wet?
This sounds like one of those, you know, the memes would be like when the mimosas hit at 3 o'clock and you go on the phone with your man.
That Jill Scott.
Right. So please, Blue, lead by example. What
No,
is
no, I'm not- no.
what is speaking from
I'm not
wetness?
doing
We wanna hear when
sex.
you're
No,
wet.
you can't drop that gem.
Unless I
I
got
know.
$20.
Because that's a gem. That's a gem you
But
drop.
it's true though.
But
We
When
need
people have asked
examples.
me why I've been able to pull certain people that they were like, well, this person is usually for the streets. How? I am constantly speaking from a place of wetness. And
Okay.
it softens me immediately. And so what I realized, one of the things that gets me there easily is when a man is very attentive and really sweet, the wetness is easier because like, oh, you're being so sweet. And then I sit in that.
that's so funny you say that.
What?
I'm so sorry I cut you off because
Hit it.
I always be trying to tell these niggas like, for again, my observation with what women want, all you got to do is be nice.
Be thoughtful.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Thoughtful is part of being. Just be nice.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's not digmatization though.
No, let me. So there's a road, right? So
Okay.
if I'm already operating from a place of wetness and you're being super kind to me,
No, I'm sorry. Latasha said nice does not get me dignitized.
no, that's
What?
not. She's right. That's not. That's the beginning. That's the foreplay, right? So here's
said
the
you better be
thing.
nasty.
No, but that's you guys. That's the formula. Let me land this plane.
Okay.
So if you are super nice from the place of wetness and then you're nasty. When we go home, the juxtaposition of the two of them, that gets me digmatized. But a lot of men, what they end up doing is they think they're being bad boys. And so now I'm on I'm on my hardened masculine energy because nigga, I don't trust you. You doing some fuckboy shit. So now I'm stiff with you, and then now you want to have nasty sex. It's not gonna hit the same. So the funny thing is when I say I like corny dudes, it's because the corny dudes get me digmatized because they're so nice to me that by the time that they get nasty, child, I would have made dolphin noises whether you just kiss me or not. Like
But
it's just
but I still feel like that's not digmatized. That's just
Yeah, what
like,
got you digmatized? What led to the conversation? What happened in that? Because it's probably not the same today. But what happened then where you was like, either he put it down, what happened that got you digmatized?
honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish more men had sex like lesbian studs. The studs are
Was
really
that
good at
ain't-
sex.
Oh, was it a woman?
No, but I'm saying that there's a way that studs fuck you that is very specific, where it's a combination of. Oh, I'm trying. You guys are really gonna make me say this. It's a combination of not being scared of oral because a lot of men, particularly really proud men, either don't do oral or they do it in a really. Lulu, help me out here. Have you ever had bad oral before?
Yes.
And bad oral, no matter how
Me
good,
too.
no matter how, amen. Bad oral, no matter how good your sex is
Yeah.
immediately going to take me out of it. So it's so funny because the studs that I've slept with, they prioritize oral because sometimes they forget to bring their dicks. So if you can
Talk about leaving it at home.
let the dick at home, right? And so
They say when you leave this house, you leave it on the mantle.
they have backpacks. If you see a stud come to your house with a backpack, she plans to fuck the shit.
My God. Just that visual. I am never going to be able to walk down the streets of Hollywood Boulevard or downtown LA
or
again
DC
and see the streets of America and see a stud female
There's a dick in
with
there.
a book bag.
There's a dick in her bag.
She
There's a
might
dick
be on
in
her way to
bag.
work, but
No,
because now Blue
no,
has told
Blue
me,
put that in your head.
every time I see a stud with a book bag, I'm, ooh, she going to fuck somebody.
There's a dick in. I promise you.
Ooh, she got a dick in there.
There's a dick in her bag.
So now, along with floor ice, it's gonna be she got a dick in
He
there.
said, "Ooh, it's a dick in there."
No, seriously. When I used to date studs, if they came to my house with a book bag, I
They
knew
was finna fuck the shit
I
out
knew
of
I
you.
was getting dick down.
Okay, now answer my question. What got you dickmatized with that earlier person that started the conversation?
I think it was a combination of being super sweet, being super nasty, being good at oral, and then like I don't know how this motherfucker found my G spot.
Amen.
I made a noise that I've never. I heard a noise that I've never heard come out my body.
But the way you say it in Lou Tasha's way, I'll say y'all just. And again, it's not everybody. It's not all men. But there are some people that
I'm nervous.
know how to have sex, and y'all make it sound like men never find a G spot. Men never do this.
No.
There are some that are good.
I think the difference is, especially for women, is just like, and I think that men miss the boat on this a lot of times. Not saying that they're incapable, but you just have to pay attention to what she's responding to.
Yeah, and that's
so
what
it
I mean,
doesn't
yeah.
mean that to me that paying attention, maybe that is a skill. Actually,
it's a huge skill.
yeah.
A huge
So,
skill, yeah.
so I
It's a
think
huge
that,
skill.
Especially when
that's
you
really
fuck
more.
them.
That's really more what the skill is, because a dude could have sex with me, and there's things that I like, and then he could do the exact same things with Blue, and she not like them.
Yes.
So
That's
like,
happened to
always
me
my point.
before. That's
Yeah.
happened to me
Yeah.
before. The
No.
worst sex of my life, I could tell that he had a playbook.
Yeah.
And no matter how I reacted, he went to the next move.
Well, you know
Yep.
whose fault that is, though?
What?
The person that he had sex with prior to.
Her body might have liked it.
Yeah.
And
And also, like, it's really Blue. Like, she had to be like, hey. And maybe not the first time, because, you know, the ego, like he was doing it, he'd be like, all right, friends, so now we
corrected on the first
now we
time.
have to.
I did a sexy ow, like ow.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
He didn't
But
listen.
even with that, yeah, you
He
got
did
to
not
pay.
listen.
Yes, but that's what I am saying. Like, yeah, we go into it with whatever moves or something. Even women, they think I'm gonna suck some dick like this or whatever. Paying attention to the man paying attention to the woman, the man paying attention to the man, whatever you're doing, realize or recognizing those sounds or signs that are
Yeah.
uncomfortable to be
Yeah.
able to adjust.
I'm happy
Now,
you said that, because when it comes to oral sex, some men want you to throw up on their penis and have it go down to your toes. And some men want you to barely nuzzle the tip, right? Everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
And I will say the ones who want the violent porn oral fixation, to me, that's not about sex. That's about something else. Like, you working through some demons through my throat. Like, that's about something else.
But there are some people who are giving the oral that like that. Like, gag me until I can't breathe, gag me until I'm about to throw
you
up.
know what? I have one thing I will say. For those who like sex that is on the borderline of causing permanent harm, and who are not part of the BDSM community where they're doing it responsibly in an educated way,
Sure.
do therapy for 2 years and see if you still like it.
2 years? The way I almost spit up my drink.
Jeff almost drowned in that rum punch.
2 years.
Because, no, some of y'all are working through demons.
Sex ed for 2 years?
No,
Sex
therapy.
ed,
Therapy.
That's sex ed for Jeff.
No, because I'm being so right. Therapy. Because there was some problematic shit that I was into. About 2 years into therapy, I was like, I don't like this. I don't have daddy issues no more. Can you not do that to me? I feel disrespected. Like, no, seriously, when you heal some stuff,
Yeah.
people don't realize how much of our trauma we work out through sex.
Yeah, sex, just like us as people, I think
Yeah.
it changes and evolves. Like, listen, these are 37-year-old bones now. I'm not
Ooh, you get the
putting
full government
you
age.
or putting myself in. Nobody's getting these positions I was doing at 23. That
Yeah.
or I can't hold them as long. So look,
Right. I guess
Since we're talking about sex and we didn't even like put any KY, we just went right in, right?
we went fast.
I want to bring up a topic, and I'm gonna be if my friends who know what this topic is see this episode, I promise I'll do my best not to share
Say your
business.
name.
I'm not saying nobody's name. Let's talk about lying on your dick. Let's talk about that.
Ooh.
Because I recently was gonna hang out with somebody who's new.
I wish we had a full audience of heterosexual men, because
Right.
you would have bruised so many egos
Right,
Let's talk
just
about
in that
lying on the dick.
moment.
Legit.
But seriously though, like, I was going to have brunch with someone, and I was really excited to just get to know him. And my first thought was, I can't believe I'm about to hang out with the nigga who fucked insert person who I don't think she and I should be fucking the same people.
How did you know that he
Because she had told me a very problematic story years ago about how he fucked the shit out of her. never called her back, used her, abused her, da 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 da. So
that was years ago.
But the version of him that I agreed to hang out with seems so different from that. A part of me was like, I need to see for myself who's lying here.
So this is all for research purposes.
Right.
No,
Research purposes.
wait.
I need to see who's lying.
Did the spirit of Jeffrey get inside of you?
He's a little fine too, so that didn't hurt, right? So I showed up for research purposes. And then he showed up much more attractive than I thought. So I was like, so this is research. And so we start talking.
She said research done. Bedroom next.
Right. Bedroom next.
So I'm just like, he's attractive, he's lovely. I can't imagine this is the nigga who did this to her, right? And let's be honest, guys, is there a certain grade of people that you think that you should not be sharing partners?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
So I was like, me and her are not the same wavelength. So if you like her, what you doing here with me? Because what you trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, it's
Well, it depends. Your reason for not sharing partner, my reason for not sharing partner is because you were in a relationship with my, very close friends. Even after y'all break up, you're just off limits.
No,
my
she's
reason
saying
is-
that the people are like beneath her. Well, that's what I said.
I didn't say beneath. I'm just saying that if you called me twin, I'd be insulted.
If you call me twin, I'd be into. Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's the same thing when I said.
But you're not having sex with her. You're not having sex with her. You're having
I
sex with
don't
him.
want a dick that's been in her to be in me. So we're just gonna put it that way. So we're discussing. Fix your face because you were the shallow one.
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
Jeff don't care about that.
Jeffrey, you got some nerve, okay? Because if he's fine, you wouldn't care. So I had to bring it up. I was like, so I just have a question. Did you really?
You asked him about.
No, oh, he was sharing. He had started sharing so much. I was like, oh, so we're real comfortable. If you want to share, I would like to share as well. So I was like, did you really do a dine and dash with so and so? And he's like, oh God, not again.
Oh, that's why they broke or didn't work
No,
out.
turns out that she's been lying on his dick for years.
Oh.
And that I think I was like the second or third woman who had said that she had preemptively dirty macked. So basically she was going around telling people that he ain't shit and he's this and that. Any woman who she thought been attractive or been his type was getting some kind of lie.
But wait,
And they probably also were thinking, I don't want to. If that dick has been in her,
We've all been thinking the same thing because it's not even about how she looks. She's unwell, right? She's unwell, and I don't want. It's like pH balance, but spiritual version. if your dick's been dipping in some demon juice, I don't want it in mine, right? So he was like, no, she's lying. I've never slept with her ever, and he told me the full story. It was like a full story of how the saga happened. And I think at one point I was like, I can completely tell he's telling the truth because you could tell he was annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, when you're telling a story and you can't believe you're going through this shit again?
Yeah.
And so it was interesting to me because I was like, he only knows of 3 of us. This industry is small. We don't know how many women were interested in him and didn't show up for the brunch for research purposes. You know what I mean? I maintain I was there for research.
Look at
Girl,
you. You're gonna get to the. You're gonna get the scoop.
I'm gonna get the scoop.
She went with that her mind made up. She already listened. For research purposes.
It was research.
She had a book bag with her.
First of all, I do not peg men.
Why not?
No.
She had her metaphorical book bag with her.
I did have my metaphorical
There we go.
book
That's
bag.
what he's like.
So my question to you guys is, and mind you, I have another friend who's very attractive, and one of the gays lied on her and said that she slept with them, and Jeffrey, it's a friend that you and I both have. One of our mutual
We'll talk
friends.
about that off camera.
Yeah, one of our mutual friends lied on somebody's puss. And so I'm like, what is up with all these attractive people having folks lie on their, yeah, I want some more. Let me take one more gulp. Hold on, guys. ASMR. Jeff, you can pour it. So my thing is, I've now had 2 people in my life in the past month or so tell me that people are coming to them telling them that people are lying about sleeping with them. I understand if you're mentally unwell and you lie about dating somebody, because who can prove that? But how do you lie about who you're laying with? And so my question is, has anybody ever lied on your dick or your vagina? And what do you think is behind that? Because now I really want to hit her up like, sis, like, you need to admit yourself somewhere. I can't imagine myself seeing an attractive man and saying, I want to tell everybody his dick was inside of me when it wasn't.
Jeff, why don't you go first?
I mean, I will just sit here and say,
Wow. Jeff was ready.
He was chomping at the bit.
Hit it, Jeff. Hit it, Jeff. Damn. We're doing the moment of silence?
no. Oh, no. In all honesty, I will say
Somebody lied on your dick.
no.
They didn't have to because you did it.
Nobody has. I can say my Yelp reviews to my
Damn.
knowledge. And this is only literally things, because I don't ask, like, if you want to leave comments, feedback, I am always here for critical, because I believe we can grow. There's always room for improvement. However, feedback has come to me indirectly, like, this person told a friend we hooked up, and that friend told a friend that came back to me.
But you actually did it.
But I did it, and all the reviews are great.
So Jeffrey's saying he's done everything he's been accused of.
I have done everything I've been accused, and apparently done it well.
We know Jeffrey's favorite line. Should we say it, Lulu? Whenever we're getting tipsy at Jeffrey's house for brunch, he tells a story about how somebody said, I could tell you're a Taurus because you fucked me like a bull. And Jeffrey is very proud.
Yes.
Listen,
I remember that.
We all remember
that is just
story.
one of the reviews.
I almost choked in my French toast. I was like, wait, we sharing Yelp reviews? How would you feel if somebody did lie on your dick, though? Would you confront them?
Depends on who it is and depends on what they say.
What do you mean?
Is it believable I would sleep with this person? And two, like, what?
But it's
like,
still a lie. Why does it matter if it's a lie?
Yeah, but what are they saying?
I slept with Jeffrey and they didn't.
Oh, then yeah, I'm like, no, we didn't.
You wouldn't be insulted if it was somebody who...
I would be more cute, like,
Who called you twin and you would be insulted?
Right. I think the bigger part for me is like, what need is there to lie? I've never
To flex.
But why?
Oh, God. Now you pretend to be naive. Lulu, your turn, child.
No, because I've never lied on it. And again, I haven't had it done to me. So that's why I'm really...
I've had it done to me.
So yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I know guys have done this to girls. Because I know you had told us that it happened to you in high school, right? It was college?
High school, college, adult.
Yeah, it happens to women a lot, actually.
And even growing up, guys in my high school that said they did that with girls. So I know that happens to women a lot. I personally have not experienced that. I can't think of any of my close friends that have told me that's happened to them either. So I'm speaking from a place
Like me and Lulu aren't sitting right here. We just told
No. I mean, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the gays. I was thinking of the boys.
I think he meant men.
I was thinking of the boys.
I was like,
yeah.
none of my close
I'm sorry,
friends have told me.
No, I'm sorry. I was thinking
You
of the
two
boys.
wenches on the couch.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Thank you for translating for because I was like, excuse me?
Yeah. Now with women, that part I don't understand. Why do men lie about sleeping
To
with
flex,
the girl?
friend.
Do anything for clout.
Yeah, it's
Do
clout.
anything for clout.
I've had women lie on me too.
Did they have a book bag?
You know what? This episode
Is it a standard book bag or is it one of them like small book
one
bags?
of those Temu expensive
Or
ones.
is it one of those? Look, is it a drawstring book bag?
This episode's gonna be called "There's a Dick in the Bag."
You
There's
okay?
a dick in the bag.
Bag.
How about you, Lulu? Well, we know you've been lied on because you've shared that story before. Why do you think people lie on sleeping with someone? And what would you do now at your big age?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't unless I just can't see. I'm trying to think of a situation where it would really affect me. For the most part, I probably just wouldn't. If the person was going to continually be in my space, I would probably address it.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I probably just wouldn't even do anything because I remember when I was in college, then this guy lied on me, and I was so upset. My mom was like, "If you just worry about everything somebody says to you, you ain't gonna be able to get out of bed."
The wisdom of Sly.
Well, yeah.
Hey, Sly.
I love Sly, by the way. Now that I've met her, I completely understand why you're obsessed with her.
did meet her.
I lost my
Come
shit.
on,
I was
I
like, I've
love
been
her
judging.
mom.
I used to look at you like, Jeffrey, calm the fuck down. They're not gonna adopt you.
No.
And then I met her. I was like, oh my god, I love you.
Yeah,
You know,
Josh's mom is amazing.
You know what I will say? I will say that I normally would agree with you guys. My thing is, and I think, Jeffrey, you've pointed this out, I tend to only date other creatives.
Yeah.
And the black and brown creative community is extremely small. So for me, it's not about my ego wanting to check you. Like, it's a liability.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm saying I'm trying to think of a situation where it's affecting me directly. If it's
Yeah.
affecting you directly, that's totally different.
Yeah.
So I'd absolutely address it. Like, and again, even if I was in a space with somebody and they said it like, and I would just be like, hey, man, so the word of the street is,
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man.
what's up? What's up? What's up?
That's not what Lutasha gonna say. Hey, nigga.
Right. She be like, first of all, she's like, how much you weigh?
Right.
She gonna size you up.
I'm
She
like,
gonna,
I'm a body
she gonna
family.
eye how much you weigh. Lutasha
She's
gonna eye
like,
how
$150, I could take him.
Right.
No, in this industry, it's dangerous to lie in the industry. And the thing is, this is the second man that I've had a brunch with for research purposes who told me she lied on their dick. I didn't share that part. So this is another second time that I've been sat across from a fine ass man who's been like, this lady lied on me.
Wait, you went, girl, what's your...
But you can't really believe.
Who you be going to brunch with, Lou? You just go, just come to my house.
I don't be looking at you the way I was looking at him, Jeffrey.
Oh my gosh.
What are they saying to get you to agree to these brunches, first of all? Because you keep putting yourself in these situations.
If I told you I didn't put myself, it's in the industry and we all share space.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if it's affecting you, but I just can't. You really can't. I personally cannot get caught up in like things that people say about me or things that people believe, because you'll drive yourself crazy trying to convince somebody like, oh, that's not true. Like, oh my God, please don't believe. Like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. If it wasn't in the industry and it wasn't affecting actual, like I got disinvited from a guest list one time because somebody who liked me didn't like her. Like it's actually affected me.
No, but
in
even
real
like,
life,
what is
yeah.
the solution? Like, so what do? You start going on campaign trails and being like,
No,
hey,
the
this is
solution
true.
was I think he and I both just agreed that we would not be super visible speaking to each other online
Because of her?
Yeah, because she's like, damn it, my foils didn't work. Like,
But you also said that happened years ago with them, so hopefully, like...
the one that I heard previously happened like
Oh,
a year
the second
ago.
one.
Like, she's still lying on people and their dicks.
No, but even like outside of her, like if somebody lied on you, like how you were saying that it will affect your livelihood in the creative
That's
spaces.
the only way I would care.
No, but I'm just saying, like, how do you resolve that?
Oh, playing stupid.
So
I always say ignorance is bliss.
No, seriously, like, I'm lovely to her now. I'm just lovely all the time.
No. But I'm saying, like, if somebody lied on you, like, not even just like I know the girl lied on him, but if somebody lied on you and it was affecting something in your creative space or job or work, like, how do you?
I would go to the house and say, "Come outside. I want to talk to you."
Come outside. We ain't gonna jump you.
And I'm bringing you with me. No, seriously, I would say, please come outside. No, seriously, I'm that girl.
Okay.
I mean, you're saying okay, but you'd be in the car.
Yeah, right.
Like, why are you acting like you're not involved? You're 100% picking me up, and Jeffrey's making me drinks
All
afterwards.
right, I got
And before shit.
No, when I decided to scorch the earth, I mean it.
Okay.
I say, God, if this is how I end up in jail, please protect me, and then I do what I need to do. No, seriously, I've said that prayer several times. Like, I don't bluff.
Yeah.
If I come to you on some fisticuffs, I'm ready for somebody's hair to get pulled out. Like let's go, because I'm not violent. So for you to take me there, you've earned it.
Oh wow.
Sure. I was just curious. Like, I was just curious. Like, what is the way to?
Jeffrey, you would do it too. Stop playing.
You know I don't fight.
Neither do I. But Tauruses, when they finally do fight, they mean that shit. We don't fight often, so when you finally get us there. In my mind,
I've blacked out. So
I
it's
blacked
no
out.
longer Jeffrey.
Exactly. I call her Sasha. When Sasha comes out, you deserve whatever she gives you.
That's Jeffro 5 at that point.
Oh, that's Jeffro
That's
5.
Jeffro, but he don't come out too often.
You guys, I want to ask you a quick question about polyamorous relationships.
Break down polyamorous first.
All right, it means you are sleeping with and dating more than one person.
Okay.
I have a friend who has, God, I'm sharing all my friends' business this episode.
Oh, we saw a chart about poly.
Yeah, that
We
lady
did,
with that big old
yeah.
chart. Yeah, my pussy got tired just looking at that chart. So the friend that I have was in monogamous relationships, and she was always the breadwinner. She was always the one who was the more affluent one in the relationship. She's a public figure. And she's used to dating people that, when you're a public figure and, niggas are not always doing well. You have to show some grace.
Sure.
And so she's in relationships where she's playing the alpha role even though she's the feminine, right? She gets into a new relationship with someone who is married. And the person says, me and my husband, we have an arrangement. And
Hold on, pause. She got into a relationship with someone who is married?
yes. And the husband, it's a polyamorous, it's an open marriage.
Okay.
The husband has agreed that his partner can explore other people. And so now, instead of being a primary in a monogamous relationship where she's doing all this work, she's now being treated as a queen.
By both or by one?
By both.
Okay.
As a secondary.
She showed up with her book bag.
I think
They got two book bags.
This show has come undone so early. We barely made it 2 minutes into the show. So there's many book bags. Okay. And so she called me and she said, lots of, no books.
There's no books in there. Backpack.
Is it one of them see-through book bags?
Yes.
You gotta call it sporting events.
Oh my God. Random. The first time a lesbian ever pulled out a fake dick on me, it was see-through and it was heavy and it was made of it was an expensive art piece. And I was like, where you putting that? The girls spend money on their attachments.
Oh, you have to,
yeah.
They're
because
expensive.
They're very expensive. For a
I
good
feel
one,
like
they are.
It was like almost $200 for a dick.
For a good one, they are, yeah.
So anyways, so she called me. She was like, friend, my ego had a flare up because I'm like, I'm used to being a primary. I'm used to being the number one. They're each other's primaries. I'm the only person here. And she was like, what should I do? And I think the average person would say, yeah, nah, you being a secondary and they got each other as each other's first. That sucks. What I actually said is, because I believe in giving advice for the person you're talking to, not advice that worked for you, right? For me, it wouldn't work. But I saw how much she's been glowing in the past couple of weeks that she's been pampered by both of these people.
Yeah.
And I said, you being a primary who's being treated like shit is not an upgrade from a secondary who's being treated like a queen.
Wait, she's being treated bad by both?
No, she's being treated well.
Great. Yeah.
Oh, you just said a primary that's being treated like shit. Wait.
Yeah, primary. She's in a monogamous relationship.
okay,
You have to
okay,
keep up.
okay.
So in a monogamous relationship, she's a one-on-one, but she was being treated like shit. In this poly situation that she's exploring, she's secondary to a married couple, but they're treating her amazingly. And I said, sometimes what you need doesn't show up the way you think. You're probably very tired from being an unappreciated primary, aren't you? She's like, yeah, I'm very tired. I'm always having to be the man, even though I'm not masculine, right? And she's like, I'm exhausted. I was like, so think about it. You're exhausted. And the universe said, we're going to give you a relationship where you get loved on in the way that you've been needing from your monogamous relationships, but the weight and the expectation of a one-on-one relationship has been taken off of you. Even though this is not what you expected, it's actually probably what you have the bandwidth for. Sometimes what you need and what you want are not the same thing.
Oh yeah, of course.
And she was like, "You're right. I don't have the energy to be to be in a whole relationship.
Yeah.
Being a third to a healthy couple who's treating me right actually probably is the only kind of way I can engage right now."
Sure.
And I said, "So your ego's having a tantrum because of how it should look rather than what makes sense for you." And here's the thing: this might only be a year. We don't know how long it's going to last, but until it stops working, who gives a fuck about the optics?
Yeah.
So my question is, would you guys do that if you were exhausted from a one-on-one monogamous relationship and a beautiful couple was going to give you amazing sex and take care of you and take you to fancy restaurants and bring over their book bags? Would you be would you be open to it?
I mean, yeah, but for me, that's not. I'm not going to be a relation. There's no commitment here. Y'all are the couple. I'm just coming to play.
Ooh.
When I leave.
You're like, I just came to dance.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, so you couldn't do it as a relationship?
Not if I'm doing it because, like you said, exhausted from previous relationships and things like that. No, I'm coming to. I feel what I am doing is helping to make you guys' relationship better, happier, fun, whatever.
Yeah.
So y'all are not my primary concern at all. I am just here for this
Damn.
moment.
Y'all on my roster.
Because y'all are the couple. Yeah, y'all just on my roster.
So that wouldn't be your boyfriend and girlfriend?
No.
Okay.
Y'all are the couple. I'm here to help y'all.
What if the couple says, "We want you to be our secondary"? You'd be like, "No, thank you. Thank you for the fishes and lobsters."
I'd have to take a look at the whole situation. Because okay.
They both fine. Got lots of money. Treat you well.
Oh, I am moving in tomorrow.
Paid your rent for several months. Like,
Look,
everybody's attractive and got money.
Yeah, but again, I would.
Wait a minute. Was that a year? A real year?
It was a real year.
But you see how this hoe just changed his mind?
But no.
Look into my eyes. Do you see how quickly this man changed his mind when I mentioned they had a bag?
But the thing, honestly, again, them actually being the couple, I would never lose myself in this situation thinking that I could never be kicked out, replaced. They want somebody else. Like, y'all are in the relationship.
Right.
I am just really coming here to have fun. So I would never get so sucked up in it as to where I'm like, these are my boyfriends. These are my
No, they're asking you to be in a relationship though.
Oh, sure. Why not? I'll try it.
Wait a minute.
Let's
okay.
go.
Jeffrey's answer has changed.
I done
3
tried
times.
everything except that. Let's go.
Wow. Okay, Lulu, Jeffrey. I think Jeffrey's saying yes and no, and maybe all at the same time.
I gotta see how I feel. Let's do a trial run for like 2 weeks.
Well, the premise is great sex, taking care of you financially, and everything works. You're just their secondary.
Sure.
Damn,
Yeah,
it don't
sure.
take much to. I wasn't even trying to lure him, and he changed his mind. Lulu, how about you at this stage of your life? Because we have different stages where we're open to different things.
I think I'd be open.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very with the shits.
Yeah.
The irony is, I'm the one who talked her into it, but I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't.
It made sense for her. What did I say? I give
yeah,
advice
give
that works
advice
for the
works for
person.
that
I don't make
person.
because what works for me is not what works for you. I think because I was a unicorn, which is what you were describing. I was a unicorn several times, and how do I say this? In the 2 situations where the unicorn situation got really serious and it felt like we were in a throuple, it only worked for me and my ego because I could tell they both liked me more than they liked each other.
Oh God.
I mean, that's normal.
I'm being honest. Like
Yeah, I think
I was the
that's
shiny new
normal.
thing, and so there was no threat to my ego or my standing because I was the new kid in school. I was the fresh meat, right? When they both broke up, I ended up with the one that I liked more,
See, it's such a
and that ended up being a monogamous relationship. And so for me, seeing that the 2 times I've tried to be poly, it still ended up monogamous, and I just ended up taking your man or your girl, whatever. That's why for me, I would never do poly right now because I know what it was like when I was the third, and how my presence, despite being welcomed, ended up ruining their relationship. And I believe in karma.
And see, I think the reason why I'm open is because I've never done it. It's never even been
That makes
That's
sense.
why I'm open.
So
But
I'm
I
like-
have friends that recently, not like maybe a year ago recently, they had a situation where they welcomed in a third person and pretty much,
unicorn.
Yeah, it described they were in a relationship and brought in that person. It was going for a while until the person moved on. The person that wasn't the partner moved on. They were so heartbroken.
Yeah, they get devastated. They get really attached.
They was very heartbroken.
It's like parents losing a kid to college. Like, it's weird. It's like a weird.
Yeah, but then
dynamic.
to me, I'm like, how do y'all sit here and look almost like mourning a death, knowing y'all 2 are together, but it's like y'all missing this third. I don't know. It was a
Because
very interesting.
They're actually poly, and that's the thing I will say about the poly community. I do not think that poly or monogamy, one is better than the other. So I hate when monogamous people say that being poly is wrong, but I also fucking despise when poly people say that monogamy is unnatural. Speak for your fucking self.
Yeah.
What's natural for you might not be natural for me. So I think both sides are full of shit in the way that they talk about other people's choices while
Yeah.
asking us to respect their own, you're all fucking hypocrites to me, right?
Yeah.
So I hate seeing poly people say that it's unnatural to be monogamous. That's bullshit, because I fell for it and realized monogamy actually makes the most sense for me. What I think the issue is, I've seen people who are not actually poly, but who have partners who don't fully love them, want them, or are not fed by them. So they bring in a third as a supplement, not because they want a second partner, but because they're too like cowardly to leave their first partner. That's one fake version of poly that I've seen. And also in my situations, the minute they realized they liked me, you left your girl and we ended up going together anyways.
Yeah.
So you were never poly. You just didn't like your girlfriend and you brought me in to do some nasty shit with you until she read the writing on the wall. You know what I mean? So like, I think I've seen so much fake poly. Real poly, though, is a real relationship. And I follow poly boards from back in the day. I saw one recently on Threads that said, how do I stop myself from being jealous when my primary goes on a date? We think that poly people don't care. They get jealous too. They're people, right? And so if you need a third for your relationship to function, when you lose that third, you mourn a death. My issue as a unicorn is that they talk shit about each other to the unicorn a lot of times. So now you feel like a weird parent dynamic. I'm mentioning it feels a little bit weird because it's like parents are fighting with each other, and because you're the kid, you're the unicorn, they confess to you things that you feel are inappropriate. Like, I love mom, I love dad, don't say this to them. And now we're all gonna have sex afterwards. Like it messed me up in a way. I was like, this is not for me, y'all.
I think it's a lot of moving pieces.
It's a lot of
and
moving pieces.
You just gotta figure. Again, I've never done it, so I'm like, Tasha, sure, I would try. Let's see how it goes. But yeah.
What's your definition of cheating? Because we're talking about poly and monogamy, and those are two things
So
where
I think it changes when you're in a monogamous relationship versus a polyamorous.
right now we're all identifying as monogamous or just for the streets, Jeffrey, yeah?
Just for the streets.
Yeah, so monogamous or for the streets.
So I can't cheat.
You can't cheat. But if you were back to being monogamous, or were you open in your last relationship? I don't want to assume.
I've always been monogamous. The last relationship was the first time that we opened things up.
Would you be open again if you ever fell deeply
yeah.
in love? Okay. So are you going to assume, if you had to assume,
But not like in a polyamorous, like,
you said it's too many moving pieces.
You would just have like a guest star from time
there
to
you go,
time.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, play together, play partner.
You get a day rate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
day
So as
rate.
someone who has an open-ish relationship and as somebody who's currently monogamous, I'm assuming just for the camera, I don't want to know your business. You know.
Yeah, no, we're monogamous.
I too am very monogamous because I'll fight a bitch. I'm at the point in my life where I don't share my food.
Definitely.
My first question is to you guys, what do you consider cheating?
Jeff.
Why I gotta go first?
We both looked at you, friend.
I feel like you
talking
have
about
the
for a
most
monogamous
interesting
relationship?
answer.
For whatever relationship you would be in. We're asking you to self-identify for whatever relationships you...
Okay, so yeah, that again goes to, I mean, obviously in the strictly monogamous standard, but by definition.
By
then-
your relationship, your next relationship, however you want it to look, what would be cheating for you?
So I can't answer about a future or not happening relationship because I don't know.
Your last one,
Because what
Jeffrey.
if that person does not want to be?
Just use your last relationship. child.
My last relationship, maybe that bar moved so many times.
So why and how does the bar move?
Yeah.
Like
Because once you decide, like, if you start as monogamous, then it might be a, whatever traditional monogamous, means for cheating.
So what
But then
it-
when you
so
move
what would
But
into-
that's
that
not
be?
cheating then, because you guys have different rules for your couple. That's not cheating if you guys agreed.
Oh, wait, it was both of y'all said something at the same
well,
time.
my question was, how did it start, and then how did it evolve?
Yeah, so starting, it was, again, like, oh, we're in a relationship. It's us, that, again, that's why I say traditional, like, cheating, what
So-
you think of.
So what do you think? Is it like conversations on the phone?
Yeah,
Is
we're
it-
asking what you think,
is
Jeffrey. You're
it
making it too
head?
broad. We're asking for
Is
you
it,
specifically.
Like, we want like specific incidents.
For you, what would it feel like
instances
cheating
No,
for
so
you?
in past, it would definitely be like dating, sleeping with,
Mm-hmm.
kissing. I'm just throwing that list of things that, the conservatives say are cheating.
So physicality?
Yeah, physicality, that kind of stuff. But then when we added in the let's open it part, then it's like, okay, obviously conversation, that wouldn't be considered cheating.
Yeah.
Certain things, you let certain things go.
So if you open it up, if you have like guest stars, what is considered cheating? Like if you do something behind your partner's back without their
can
knowledge?
still cheat
Only,
when you open.
only not telling your partner.
Okay.
That's the thing. Like, yeah, because once you opened it up, you have.
You're speaking
opened
for
it
yourself,
up.
by the way, because I know a lot of people who are open relationships who completely disagree. So I just want to make sure that we are clear. We're all speaking for ourselves.
Yeah, for me, I'm very
Yeah.
much a just let me know
This-
person
this is
because
just Jeff.
This is
yeah,
just
I'm the
Jeff,
person that's gonna tell you, oh, so and so said hi to me today. Something that most people say, oh, that don't mean nothing. Like, oh, so and so they double tapped my photo. You like, I'm that person. I'm gonna give you all of that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's if I'm in a open situation, it's gonna just be just keep me informed.
Be
What is going
transparent.
on? Be transparent. If you know you're going to do something, tell me before. I understand shit happens. Sometimes we could be sitting right here just having this podcast. Next thing you know, the lights go off and we just all in here just naked. Hey, shit happens.
That's actually happened to me before.
It's happened to me several
happened
times.
to me.
Never on the podcast though.
I mean, that'd be great for ratings.
You know,
but not on this show.
they call it game night. But
Oh my god, it was a game night too.
but
Oh my god,
but-
wait, you
Were
been in
y'all
a
at
game?
the same one?
Wait,
with book bags.
was that you? You know what? So you've been in a game that turned into an orgy too?
That's yes.
I swear to God, it's the rainbow. Maybe it's the LGBTQ got some questionable game
Yeah.
nights.
I mean, game nights
Okay.
that start at appropriate times are actual game nights. But baby, we ain't playing.
I've been at
taboo
several
2
when
a.m.
I was hanging out with the girls. I've been at several game nights like does not feel like I went to a book club meeting that turned into an orgy. I was like, what about the chapter 7?
So like
What is
that is a situation of shit happens. It's like, okay, well just let me know when you get home or whatever what happened. But if you know,
Wait, you didn't tell your partner? You just did it and then told them after?
no, I'm saying for my partner and for me as well. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Like if I'm just going somewhere and shit happens, then okay, hey, as soon as I leave, I'm like, hey, babe, this is what happened.
So
But if I am leaving my house with the intentions of knowing where I'm going and everything like that, then say something beforehand.
You just described exactly why I'm not poly, but hit it. And I'm not doing because everything you just mentioned. I would go to jail. Like seriously, I would go.
Really?
Let me tell you,
and that's
something.
the thing that most people
I would go
cannot
to
do.
jail.
Specifically, men. I will say men cannot do that because they in their mind think like already like okay, I would go to jail. They want to put that on their partner. You don't know what I can handle. You tell me, I might be like, baby, you got everything? Let me root. Do you need anything? I'm
Yeah,
rooting you on.
we're gonna pivot because
like,
my blood pressure just spiked. Hit it, Lulu. It's not, and I don't want to direct it towards you because I love you, friend, and we're not fucking. But I don't. Lulu, what's cheating for you?
She's gonna throw that drink in my
Yeah,
face.
I was
right?
about to.
Exactly. I'm like,
You whore.
we should unpack that below.
Yeah, go ahead. No, because he's saying a lot of fuck shit that I've heard from exes. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
For me, cheating is, I think cheating, physical stuff for sure, like kissing, having sex, getting head, receiving
Damn,
head,
she went down the list.
all
Anal,
of that. Anal
Jesus
for
Christ.
sure.
It's like if you don't listen.
We already know.
But really, cheating is anything that you would feel uncomfortable doing with that person while I was standing right there.
That's my definition of cheating.
Anything you feel like you cannot tell your partner.
No. Anything that you wouldn't be frogging enough to do with me staring at you right next to you.
I'm looking at you, and you do. And you
If I
wouldn't
was
wanna do
sitting
it.
right here and you would watch your mouth, why aren't you watching your mouth when I'm not here? That's cheating to me. So my thing is, and because you know what that tells me? It tells me you know that you're bullshitting.
Yeah.
If you would feel uncomfortable doing it in front of me, why are you uncomfortable if it's not a big deal? Simple questions, right?
Yep.
Why are you uncomfortable if it's not a big deal?
So can your partners, for you man, for you depending if you're going man or woman that day,
Damn, we just gonna put it out like that?
how do you feel about your partner having friends of that opposite sex, or for you, Blue, like if it's a woman at the time,
I know I'm
studs,
paying, so everybody's a problem.
right, right,
I'm
okay,
scared of
I'm
all you
like,
motherfuckers.
studs,
Anybody can get it.
Anybody can
especially
get
if they got book bags.
You know what? Jeff,
What you go to a game night, they all got book bags.
You be like that SpongeBob, like
backpack. The episode's gonna be called backpack.
Like, but no, for you, I mean, Lutasha, how do you feel about your partner having female friends, and Blue, your partner having attractive friends of whatever sex they're interested in dating?
I have zero problem with it. And I don't know. I would think it would be the other way, but I had a boyfriend one time who cheated on me excessively.
Damn.
And so
Damn.
I feel like, it's true.
I've been that person.
His dick was everywhere.
It was literally everywhere. And so, but I feel like from that situation, there's no way that I personally can police someone. Like I can say, hey, there's things that I don't appreciate. I would love it if you don't do it, but I'm not like checking on phones. Where you going? Who you doing? Who is that? Like my boyfriend has like a lot of female friends, like tons of them. And a lot of them are really attractive.
Have
Like,
you met all of them?
I've not met all of them, but I've met like a good chunk. When we were in New York, we went to, and we met up with one of his female friends, and she was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like a stripper, and she's really sexy. She has like OnlyFans.
Still
like
today,
she's
or
very
used to be?
Today she was like, I'm going to work tonight.
Oh.
And I was like,
Working at the pyramid tonight.
Well, there was some of the boys were there like, we should go support. And I was like, yeah, we probably should go. But he's friends with her. And like, I think also the way that he interacts with them and the way they interact with me.
Yes.
and
obvious.
like,
That's very important.
And so like, and he's never like withholding anybody or just, you know, like, oh, you can't meet him, or if I was ever like, who's that? Like sometimes I play with it because he, you know, he's on Instagram and he has them. There was one girl who like had her arm around it and I like took a screenshot and blew it up and like just sent it to him, like just to be funny, like to pretend like I'm jealous because I'm really not. But it's just like he never gives me the vibes, even though men can be absolutely cheating and not give vibes. But I think that I can't worry myself about any of that. Anytime a man has been cheating, I have always found out, whether I was looking or
it
not.
always comes out.
It always comes out. So I'm not going to get my blood pressure up. I'm not going to worry about what you're doing. I'm not going to try to say, I don't want you around that girl or guy or whoever. And also, he's an adult, just like I am. You know how to act around people who are attractive and people who are attracted to you.
I'm happy I'm going last, child. Go ahead.
And people, she's happy she's going last. Oh. And I'm like, people who are attracted to you, you should know how to conduct yourself, like as a human being. So if you don't, then we don't really need to be together, because I can't be like, oh, I don't want you to be friends with her because she's pretty or because she's flirtatious or because of any fucking reason.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
go ahead, Blue.
I feel like I have to pace myself for my answer so my inner goon doesn't come out. First things first, I don't think cheating is the only way you can disrespect a relationship.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So just because I don't think you're cheating doesn't mean we don't have to have boundaries, if that makes sense. There's a lot of people, insecure people, and I'm going to speak about women because right now I'm dating mostly men and who like women, who like the idea that I could have your man if I wanted to, even if I'm not doing anything with him, right? Mm-hmm. And so my first thing
you mean like make him do, like move, or?
There's a certain way, because I've been, so this is going to be interesting. I'm usually on the other side. Mm-hmm. And so because I'm usually the emotional mistress, that's why I peep game a little bit differently, if that makes sense. Because I'm usually the person who has a guy friend who I know likes me and who I know I could fuck if I really wanted to. Mm-hmm. Who has a girlfriend, and I'm no threat to her as far as cheating, but I really know that you only have him because I threw him back in the water, right? Mm-hmm. And we have a flirtiness that I know is inappropriate if I was her.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so because I've been an emotional mistress to so many men, there are certain things that I'm looking out for that have nothing to do with cheating that I still think are disrespectful from this side of the pond. Okay. Like I've been like, damn, if I was your girlfriend, I would fucking kick you out right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for me, the thing about if you wouldn't do it in front of me, don't do it, whatever. One of the things I've learned is when a woman likes a man, or they just haven't had their moment yet, or she likes the idea of being able to talk shit about the person that he's dating, the first thing she does is she doesn't want to meet you. So if you have a close friend who is not excited or open to meeting me, now we have a fucking problem. Because I was talking to a homegirl one time, actually a couple of days ago, who said she found out that one of her husband's friends was cheating with the woman after they broke up. Mm-hmm. And she said, this woman met me and like held my child. Well, I offered, when she came to the hospital to help me with the baby, I offered to let her hold my child because this was like one of his closest friends. And she intentionally did not want to hold the child or be friendly with me. And something went off in my head. A lot of times when a woman knows they're going to fuck your man, they make it a point not to be friendly with you because they don't want to feel bad about the fact that they're about to fuck your man.
Sure.
Either they don't want to feel bad or it's a vindictive thing. So I've definitely
exactly.
been around. Yeah, you can tell when some shit is going on. I've been in that situation.
So if you are not warm and excited to get to know me, I don't give a fuck if he's cheating or not. We have a problem, right? So for me, cheating is not the issue. It's respect, right? Yeah. So I don't care if your dick stays home. Get that funny shit out of my face before I go to jail, right? Yeah. So if she don't want to meet me, if she's being funny, if she's funky, if she has opinions about things that are none of her business, if you're sharing things with her knowing that she's not rooting for us, which means that anything you share is poisoned ground, that's an issue even if you never fuck this bitch. So for me, a lot of women, and this is a thing I learned from my gay male best friend, that, and you know him. My gay male best friend, in retrospect, cock-blocked a lot of my relationships because even though he didn't want to sleep with me, he liked being the primary man in my life. Mm-hmm. Women can be the same way, where you're my person even though I don't want to be with you.
Sure.
And so if you have a girlfriend, she's a threat to me non-sexually, right? Mm-hmm. So if I feel any of that territorial energy, I don't care if you're not cheating with her. We have a fucking problem.
Yes.
So I think that's why, to me, it's not about I trust my man and I love him and only insecure bitches. No. I don't like funny shit.
Well, to me, it's like not.
Does that make sense, guys? By the way,
it absolutely makes sense. I think from my perspective, when I'm like, I can't. I think just because, as we all know, I'm a Cancer.
Yeah.
So I'm very emotional. So I'm like, I can't do this emotional roller coaster. I'm doing this for my own peace.
Absolutely.
Like this doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. Like I'm not.
But this shit was funny. I don't see you being cool with one of Master Splinter's friends being disrespectful or funny around you.
Yeah, but I feel like he would kill it before like it would even get
exactly.
to me. You know what I mean? But I was gonna say like everything that you described. This is gonna sound bad, but whatever. I don't know. It doesn't.
So me and Jeff got nervous and sat up. Okay.
No, but like in my 20s, I used to hang out with my cousin and all of his male friends, and I used to go on like trips with them, and I was usually always the only girl, and so I would like bring women. Like I was like a madam.
A madam?
I was.
Wait a minute, you were bringing the hoes?
I would bring the hoes, and so there when they started like getting married and all this stuff, some of the wives would try to befriend me, which I had literally zero problem with. And also I'm great with women.
You are.
And I'm great with like separating things and all that. But all the dudes were like, no, you cannot be friends with them. You can't be friends with my wife. Don't do it. Da 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 da. So I'm like, okay. So I would be like a little standoffish, like never cold, but like when they would try to make our friendship go further, like I couldn't really, I would just kind of playfully downplay it. And so they probably was like, this bitch. And so they would always get like the men, because they would always be like, why Lutasha get to come and we don't go? Like, who's messing with her? And da 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 da. And then one guy, he was like, she gets to go because no one is messing with her. And he was like, and her cousin is here. You think her cousin's gonna bring her on a trip so all his homeboys can run through her? No. So that was like my only out. Like my actual cousin was there, so it was like that's not happening. But I'm like, y'all hoes should be suspicious that I can't even be friends with y'all. Like, these niggas won't even let me talk to y'all. Like I'm like, y'all, I could do it. Like it's fine. I'm like,
But here's the thing, Lulu, your energy doesn't feel like a vindictive bitch. It feels like this is awkward.
Yeah, right.
My hands are tied. This is awkward. My hands are tied. Feels very different than bitch. I could have your man. Like it feels very different. So for me, anybody, male, female, non-binary, other, they, them, them.
That's so
if
hard.
you are
though,
not, if you,
I'm not Lou. I'm sorry, Blue. You open to dating everybody. It's just like
no, but that's what I'm saying. That's actually better because it doesn't get to be assigned to jealousy because I think you want my man. It's a universal human thing. So it actually makes it simpler for me. Anybody who does not root for my relationship and is not rooting for my happiness is not welcome here,
like
regardless
how you said,
of gender.
like how you saying about your gay male best friend.
Exactly. Like I got engaged twice, and those were the years where he was moved to Atlanta. The fact that I'd never had a serious relationship when he was around, I was like, well, that's a clue. Why can't I have? Because he was always cock blocking. So I've learned that there are non-sexual threats via platonic relationships to your relationship. And us thinking, well, he would never cheat, so she's cool. I think that's short-sighted because I've seen other non-sexual variations of fucking up my relationship, even though you never slept with him.
I've never had anybody cock block me from.
Maybe not knowingly.
Yeah, knowingly. That's why. Yeah, knowingly, I've never had that happen.
Now I'm gonna ask this. We're gonna do something called hell no or I don't care, where we're gonna say, does this feel like cheating and something that would be a problem, or I don't really care. Okay.
We need a little.
I know. I wish we had a sign. I was thinking that in the car. We're like, do we need a sign? And I'm gonna do a couple, and then I'm gonna let you guys think on the fly and do a couple too, so you guys can be creative.
Okay.
Because the bitch got tired. All right. Hell no or I don't care. Hard eyes on a baddie's pick who is your partner's type.
He did the hard eyes, or the person did the hard eyes?
The person, he did the hard eyes.
The partner did the hard eyes.
Yeah, your partner is doing hard eyes and flames under a sexy motherfucker who is in their wheelhouse of attraction.
I don't care.
How about you, Jeffrey?
I don't care. Yeah.
I care. Hell no. Responding to a flirty comment under a thirst trap post that they had.
Responding to the comment? I don't care. It's call to action.
Was it flirting back or it was neutral?
That's a great question. It was ambiguous.
So neutral, regular?
No, neutral and ambiguous is different. Ambiguous means there's a little bit of it might have been something, but I'm not sure.
No, hell no.
I just needed to know the backstory.
Okay. I don't want to create a backstory because you're not good.
What's your answer?
Oh, so far these have both been hell no's.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't play that shit. Texting your ex.
Texting your ex?
I don't care.
Because I'm thinking about me texting texting your ex. I would love to just give us a plain, but how did that relationship end? Where y'all at today?
I feel like so many asterisks.
I feel like Jeffrey and I feel like Jeffrey and I have more in common.
I think we have more in common, yeah. Because
it's the Taurus Gemini rising.
Yeah. I'm borderline hell no, but also kind of I don't care. But I need to know why these things are happening.
Most of the things I've said hell no to, there's a bunch of ways I could have said and I don't care. But if there's even one way where you got me fucked up, I'm just gonna say hell no to keep it clean. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because if it was like somebody like, oh, you fine as hell, and he's like, oh, thank you, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But like, if it's anything other than thank you, we got a problem. Again, I'm going back, officer, please come get me, right? So the fact that I have not been arrested, because there've been plenty of times where I probably should have, right?
Same.
Following your ex, who we all know is still in love with you.
Oh.
Jeffrey, I think you answered without
Yeah,
answering.
we know he's still.
It's obvious that bitch still wants to sit on your dick.
No.
Yeah, that's a hell no.
That's a hell no.
Yeah, hell no.
Blowjob from a random didn't mean anything.
Again, if I'm in that open relationship, I don't care. Just let me know. But I don't care.
Wow, Jeffrey.
Yeah, if I'm in an open relationship, just let me know. I don't care. But if we are doing a monogamous thing, then hell no.
Lulu.
Hell no.
Being friends with someone after they've confessed they have a crush on you.
I don't care.
That'd be fun because I'm gonna show up.
Jeff gonna be petty.
That's something.
He
Yeah.
gonna show up with his shirt off. Be like, oh, that's cute for you, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Backpack. Jeffrey's gonna show up with a backpack.
Listen, yeah, that'd be fun.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, you guys will ask them.
Go ahead, Lou.
How about?
I'm nervous because I feel like the cancers be having the fucked up shit in the back of their minds. The cancers are nothing but nicer Scorpios. They low key be in the shrubs. Hit it, love.
Going to lunch or like with an ex.
Did you tell me?
Yes.
And you still went after we talked about it?
So hell no for Blue.
So you looked
Jeff.
at my face and we talked about it, and you took your happy ass and still went to
Like, now
Maggiano's?
I'm in jail.
That's why they going to lunch because your ass locked up.
Okay. I'm crying off my makeup because I'm going to jail in every scenario.
What about you, Jeb?
All of their friends, people they know, are from social media.
Oh.
Like they're always like, oh yeah, this is my friend, and then you find out how y'all know each other. Oh well, so they slid in their DMs or he slid in their DMs. What if somebody slid?
Wait,
in
no,
somebody's
slid
DMs?
in the DMs is different than social media friends.
I feel like everybody on social media is trying to slide in DMs for reasons
I am not attracted to 99% of the people that I know on social media.
that you slide in their DMs.
Okay.
I ain't talking about all of your social media. I'm
No,
talking about
so
that
social media friends is different than DM friends. So which one is
Yes,
it?
there we go. Like you.
So DM friends.
Like all these people that you know, these attractive people that you bringing around. Oh,
Are
this is
failed
my-
attempts
This is
to
my
fuck.
friend. This is my friend, and then you get to the root of how you know them. It's because either your partner or that person slid into the DM.
Yeah, no. She still wants to
Yeah,
suck
you
your
can put
dick.
it down for no. What about if you keep pictures of that person, like an ex? Like just keep them. You don't talk to them no more. Like
Why are you keeping them?
memories.
Memories.
Oh, you don't remember in your brain?
Well, here's one thing with me. My Instagram, it literally has every photo that I've ever posted from day one, whatever your Instagram started. I don't archive.
That's
I don't
wild.
delete anything.
Me neither.
Yeah, you're both wild.
Because
That's wild.
for me, it's more like this is and I don't
Reckless. It's reckless.
No, it's just like this is where I was in my life at that time, at that age, at that year.
Why do we need to see it, friend?
Because this is where I was. Because one thing also people always, my memory ain't necessarily the greatest.
So it's a
sometimes-
necessity.
I just like it. Whether me and a person together, not together, fell out, not fell out, like you can go back. Look, thank God it wasn't there in college. But you can really actually go down my Instagram and find 2 of my relationship exes.
How about having friends who are all your type?
having friends that are all my type?
Jeff, what is your type?
Fine.
Listen, the line is always moving.
No, but it's always fine.
Because I have friends that are quote unquote
Fine.
my type that I have never
Exactly. So
done
my question
anything
is, how
with.
would you feel if your partner had friends that were all their
Oh, I'd
type?
be fine with it. Yeah, it wouldn't bother me.
That wouldn't bother me either.
That one, fine. We finally got to one that I don't care.
Okay.
Because my type is 90s fine, and all my friends look 90s fine, so I'd be a fucking hypocrite. Now he going to jail, so I feel bad about that one.
Yeah.
Now, if someone told you that they once slept with their best friend, but they're like brother and sister now, would you be okay with them being?
I'm
I hate
fine
when
with it.
people say that. I hate when they say brother
That's
because you don't
but-
sleep with your brother and sister. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what
And you
what
are-
the
Thank you, bitch.
circumstances
Find
are.
somebody else over in the crazy side.
You're 1,000% right. However,
Oh,
this
God.
is one thing where it's a very
Jesus
double.
Christ.
Hold on, see y'all. Oh God, and it's very tricky in heterosexual, homosexual friendships, relationships.
How about I'm both, and I still call them bullshit? I'm
Women
every
and
woman.
men,
You
we're not a
can
man.
sleep with somebody and you guys be completely platonic at the point that you're
Yeah.
like, but I just don't like the term they're like my brother or sister
Yeah.
and you guys have fucked. That is just not. It's just untrue.
It's
We'll talk off
disingenuous.
camera. I'll give you a name.
Well, that's called incest, friend. I'll give you a name.
Yeah, because they're
There's a
not
name for that.
because we are not related in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Wow.
But the term when we say that's like my brother, it's
Then
just
stop
more,
saying it.
It's more about the closeness. Like
Stop
no,
saying it.
it's
That's not your
not- it's
brother.
not- it's not
You're
your
not sucking
brother.
your brother's dick, so stop
It's
saying
not.
it.
It's not like your brother.
Can we
It's just
discuss
not.
how I hate the word friend now with fine niggas? Because every single time an attractive man that I'm dating said, "This is my friend." That word means about 18 different things. It's
Wait,
a girl
say that
use
again, Blue, I'm sorry.
the word friend with attractive men.
The word
friend can mean somebody who tried to get with you, but you curved them. Somebody that you tried to get with, but they curved you. Somebody you used to fuck. Somebody you only fuck on Wednesdays before you met me. Like, the word friend has been bastardized so much by fuckboys.
Yes.
When a guy says, "This is my friend," my first, what kind of friend? That word don't mean shit to me. What kind of friend is this?
I just feel like, have you ever had sex?
Again, I don't think sex is
You
the
gotta
only way
listen
that.
to it.
I
Is
know,
it-
but I want to
is it-
start there.
Does she want to fuck you?
You gotta listen to what they say. Is this my friend with the hard D, or is this my friend FREEN?
No, you gotta listen to pronoun. You gotta listen to pronoun. Is this our friend? Is this our friend? Is she coming to our house to talk to us? What do
Because
you?
there will be girls that they did sleep with before, and they will still be your friend, like, also.
Oh, absolutely.
And because people can be friends, like, after they slept with each
Yeah.
other. You're just not like brother and sister.
And you probably not coming to my house for Thanksgiving.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
If they're cool. What if they did it like 15 years ago and they haven't done it since?
I'm gonna be very honest with you. If you've seen my man's sex face, you know what his dick tastes like. I don't want you in my house.
Why?
Because I don't want you to. And that's enough. 'Cause I
Like,
pay
if
rent.
they did it last night, of course. But if this was like some years ago,
That's my boundary, friend.
okay.
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 Yeah, that's how that works.
Your man can be friends with anybody they had sex with.
Blue and them titties spoke up.
Right.
They said hard no.
When I tell you it's a hard no, because again, guys, and this is gonna make me sound like a whore, so I'm gonna sound like a there are very few scenarios that you're gonna give me that a man didn't play in his girl's face with me. And
didn't
that's
play in his girl's face?
Yeah, like, and I think that's the reason why these are all hard no's, because my natural inclination is we can all be friends, kumbaya. You saw me trying to be poly, unicorn. I was out here like I wasn't some territorial, jealous person who was going around saying you can't be around nobody who has a vagina. It's the fact that for 20 years of dating, there have been so many men who have used me as their emotional mistress and done things that were disrespectful that looked good on paper that I would have been okay with as their girlfriend that I knew were not okay from what's really happening behind the scenes. And so for me, my hyper awareness is because I know that this shit happens in plain sight. And there have been so many times where he and I have fallen out. And then she hits me up because I've always been nice to her. I've never been the funny girl who's like, oh, I can't talk to her because I want to fuck her man. And then when we talk and I tell her, I've seen the devastation on their faces. So I don't have the luxury of not knowing how far left this can go.
Have either of you ladies?
But go ahead. Well,
Well, no, I want you to answer that because it's going to change topic.
Okay, yeah. So I guess from my perspective, I feel like I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So do you think that you can tell with the man that you're with if you fully trust him?
He's not who I'm worried about.
So you think that somebody else can get him out of his space?
My fear is not losing my partner, because if it's between me and another bitch, pick her. So it's not about losing him. My fear is I don't like people playing in my face and disrespecting my emotional investment, because in my relationships, the way that I invest is heavy-handed.
So I guess my question is, if you don't have confidence that you think that he'd be like with the woman, hey, you right now you playing in my girl's face, I'm gonna need you to chill.
Well, first of all, thank you for asking that. I like a man who doesn't see a problem with any of this because he doesn't want to deal with it either, right? So if you're dealing with a perfect example, Master Splinter, most of the stuff that I'm explaining, Master Splinter was like, this sounds exhausting. I want no part of it. I'm going to Lulu's house. Right? Let's be honest, right? Like most of the covert shit that I'm describing, he would find exhausting and just come to your house. So my thing is, most of the stuff I'm saying, the men who are really into me have no issue with it. Like, I don't want to fuck none of my friends. If that bothers you, then all right, we ain't got to do. Like, it's not a big deal. The men whose egos are fed from the clever part of them that usually gets away from getting stroked on in open sight without being caught, they're the only ones who have ever had an issue with me saying this.
And so that's my question. Like, do you think that you would be able to identify whether it was that kind of guy or the other type who was just like, I'm not engaging with this? Like,
Yes.
If you are able to identify, then why wouldn't you feel comfortable with him being friends with somebody maybe he slept with 15 years ago?
Blind spots.
Okay.
No, the answer is blind spots, because there have been times where I've been with somebody who very sincerely adored me, and I was onto that bitch, and he just couldn't see it because he loved her and she was a blind spot.
Okay.
So again, this is not about me trusting my partner. It's about me understanding the ecosystem of how do I say this nicely? I'm gonna bring this up. This was actually on the itinerary. There are certain people in this world who are very conspicuous, and they move in a way that is vainglorious and confident that they shouldn't have access to. So gay black men are supposed to be a lot less confident than you, Jeffrey. Let's be honest, especially in LA where everybody's
Really?
let me finish. Yeah, especially in LA. LA is full of insecure gay black men who don't know they're pretty. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Lulu, women who are as attractive as you are not supposed to be as nice to other women as you are. And I'm not supposed to be plus size Beyonce, right? So we all represent things that are not supposed to happen. When you are someone who is atypical, whether you recognize it or not, I know Jeffrey doesn't. Whether you recognize it or not, you very naturally inspire envy that people don't want to admit to themselves.
That's true.
And as someone who has consistently inspired envy from people who didn't want to admit to themselves, I don't get to move like everybody else. There's certain safeguards that I have to have because no matter how pure my heart is, some of y'all are just predisposed to hate me because I shouldn't even fucking exist. So when you know you're a conspicuous person, and let's be honest, I only date other conspicuous people. So you have a fan club and a hater group. I have a fan club and a hater group. We're not for public consumption. So there's a lot of things that a basic bitch, no offense to y'all, could do. But like, oh, I'm not worried. There are people who are just going to do it because it's me and they want to get one over on me because they're like, that bitch is too fucking confident. I finally got one over on Blue.
No, I
Does that make sense to y'all?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
But
I'm reading the room. It's not insecurity. I'm just reading the fucking room.
No. I like, and no one's saying that it's insecurity. Like, but again, for me specifically, I think that I just can't. I'm too much of a feeler, and I'm just too emotional where I just can't even engage. Like, I have to be with somebody who makes me feel 100% comfortable, confident, secure. So, because I can't be like, well, who was that? Did y'all fuck? What's going on? What did she say? Why is she texting? Da 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 da. Like, I don't. And also, like, I also really tune out like a lot of stuff. And because I just can't, like, I'm so emotional, and that's why I just can't do it. So for me, like, obviously you and I are different. Like, I
actually think we're the same. I just get less emotional about it so I can be on some goon shit.
Yeah, like because it's just too much for me. So for me, it's more because I know exactly what you're talking about, and that does happen to me a lot where people are like, "Oh, and I think that it has."
Why are you so fucking nice?
Yeah, I had an ex who told me that one of my friends, like, after he and I broke up, told me that this girl was like trying to pull up on him and all this kind of stuff, and he was like, you think that you got all these great friends, and she was trying to pull up on me, but he was so untrustworthy. Like, I'm like, nigga, I don't even care.
He was a bum.
Yeah, like, I don't even, I'm like, at this point, and I'm still friends with this girl, and honestly, the space that she was in during that point is actually very feasible. So it could possibly be,
he could have been telling the truth.
He could have been telling the truth, but since he's a liar, who cares?
Back, right? Get you a lesbian, she'll come over.
Right. And so, but now, like, the relationship that I'm in now, there's literally nothing anybody could tell me, like, about him, and like that I would, and if I went to him and he was like, that's not true, I would 100% believe him.
And here's the thing I love about you and Master Splinter. I know when I'm with somebody who's like that, which means if you're with someone like that and you suddenly set an obvious boundary based on some flagrant shit and he starts to act funny, you've hit a sore spot that he hasn't discovered because it's so atypical to his personality. Yeah. If he had a friend who you're like, oh, she's a crush on him, I know that he don't have a problem, like, he's not gonna do nothing with her, but it's so obvious she likes him, that's cute, and you mention it to him and he gets defensive, a part of your brain's gonna be like, hold on. This is not us. Yeah. Right? So that's why I'm like, these boundaries that I'm setting are only an issue if you're trying to slip something under the radar.
Sure.
If you're on the up and up, this is like duh to you. It's like duh.
And that's so funny. I was gonna say that because like I said, he has a lot of female friends. I went to one of his like little classes, and I was like, that girl got a crush on you. He was like, so.
See, I love that.
That's literally what he said.
I love that. But if he was like, no, that's just my friend. Why are you tripping? Yeah. You'd be like, nah, hold on, nigga. Hold the fuck on. Why are you so upset?
He's like, what about it?
I think this comes down to, and this is something that I had to learn the hard way because I'm very naive. You have to be honest about how people receive you regardless of your heart. Sure. That's what it comes down to. If I wasn't someone who I had to make peace with inspiring, and because I used to be like, I'm harmless, why do you guys have this problem? I have to be like, it's not about me.
It's not.
It has really nothing to do with how I'm showing up. I can be as nice as I want. If you're determined to hate me, you're going to hate me. And if that bitch is mad that I pulled you and she couldn't, guess who's going to be funny when she sees us together? Yeah. Even the example I gave about the lying on the dick. Yeah. The fact that me and this guy went on one brunch and we can't even talk on social because there's already people in the bushes. Yeah. That tells you how my dating life might be a little bit trickier than the average bear.
I had somebody, I just very recently met somebody. I'm like, oh, this is, attractive. This is, great. Hung out. And one of my friends, my really close friend, I'm telling them everything. And they happen to just be doing, because I have friends that do research, because I need to know who this person is. I'm
Why
telling
are you like, we're not those friends too, but go ahead.
This is one of the boys doing research.
Y'all do research different. Yeah.
Very different, yeah. But one thing, he came back to me, he was like, Fran, didn't y'all just meet like on, I'm gonna say random day, like Wednesday or something? I was like, yeah. He's like, Fran, you already double tapping all these photos. I'm seeing you showing up in all these photos in the last, like, how's Instagram is 3 photos across? It's like in the first, the first 3 blocks, you showing up and you ain't on none of the previous ones. Fran, people gonna know something. I was like, oh. oh, so I'm taking back my likes.
Right, see?
It's just little things that I'm like,
See, that stuff I don't even think about.
I don't even think about.
But here's the thing, though. I think there's two things at play. Number one, there's some of us who I call it anchovies versus vodka. This is a theory I've had. My friend told me.
Anchovies and vodka. Those two things don't even go together.
Let me explain. So this is
say
gonna be,
olive and vodka.
No, anchovies and vodka. No, it has to be anchovies and vodka. The reason why I say some of us are anchovies, some of us are vodka, and you have to know which one you are, is anchovies are so intense. No matter what you put them in, you can taste them in it, right? Mm-hmm. Vodka, no matter how strong, it disappears and elevates whatever it's touching. Mm-hmm. Some people are.
That's why I drink vodka.
Exactly. Some people. I'm a tequila girl. Some people are vodka where no matter what they do, it doesn't make you feel no kind of way. Mm-hmm. They can say something wild. You don't feel no kind of way.
You can hide the taste.
Right. Some people are. Thank you for understanding the analogy. Some people are anchovies. No matter how tender they are always going to be loud. You taste them on everything they touch.
But I like both.
But here's the thing. You are a anchovy who's learned how to pretend to be vodka. Me and Lulu are just anchovies. Okay. Like, it's no fishy. What's in here? It's Lulu and Blue, right? And so when you recognize that you are an anchovy, you have to act accordingly and stop taking shit personal because you're just a fucking anchovy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're the nicest anchovy. I can still taste you in the Caesar salad, babe.
It's like a part of me wishes I knew these things that I know now at my age, as far as dating, et cetera, when I was in my 20s and early 30s.
Dangerous.
But the thing, I'm also glad I was that naive person because you learn. You know, you learn from it. You don't make the same mistakes twice. You make mistakes differently, but you typically don't make that same mistake twice.
Lord willing.
Dating, I think what we've underscored in this episode called Backpack is that dating is a risk. Love is a risk.
Yeah.
You're basically standing completely vulnerable and naked in front of somebody and saying, I trust you not to fuck this up.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how open are you to the risk that's required for true love? Starting with Lulu, because I can already feel Jeffrey's gonna need some time. On a scale of 1 to 10, how open are you?
I'm like really open. I'm like 9.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, like really open. I feel like it took me a lot of time to get to that point.
And work too.
Yeah, time and work and therapy and all that kind of stuff. So it absolutely did not happen overnight. Again, with the cancer, the hard shell. And, you know, I need somebody who's going to be patient with me and like my pace, because if you try to rush me, then I'm going to go back in my shell and be like, never mind.
I love how self-aware you are, because your self-awareness stops you from being a stereotype. My first best friend was a cancer. I know cancer women very well. You don't remember that bitch at all. Like, you've clearly done the work, because aging alone doesn't heal you.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of miserable old people.
Yeah. And yeah, it's hard. So, but I'm glad that I've finally gotten to the point where I feel as comfortable I do about being vulnerable, with being in love and stuff like that. So
and you end up with a partner who is psychologically safe enough for that to make sense.
Yes.
Bitch, I hope it's contagious. It's my turn this year. How about you, Jeffrey? On a scale of 1
First of all, fuck bad boy.
fuck Biggie.
Coming on here like Pac.
Damn.
No.
Fuck your bitch in the click you came. Wow, Jeffrey, that's a lot. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how open are you to love?
No, so honestly, Blue, as you saw yourself from reading my cards, I am.
We ain't never living this down.
Yeah, because I tell y'all like the truth. I love. I cannot wait to be in love again. I don't know when that will be. I'm 10 all the way in.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Chef, please.
Oh my God. We gonna get struck by lightning.
Y'all say y'all go.
The lies.
Blue, what is the original question?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how open are you to the risk involved to find true love?
I am I love love.
I never mentioned $30 million.
I love love.
Okay.
Again, I love love.
So if you met somebody,
that's the problem. I haven't met.
Pause. But if you met somebody that required the risk that it takes to find true love, and they didn't have $30 million, you would take that risk at a 10.
I've done it 3 times already.
No, I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love love.
I'm happy the camera's on me while he's lying off camera. He loves love. We're not talking about loving love. We're talking about the courage it takes to step out.
Yeah, it's just nobody has.
Okay. So my answer, like Jeffrey.
Again, we don't make those same mistakes twice. So it's just nobody that has gotten me to that place of
you're not willing to be vulnerable.
You're not willing to be vulnerable.
No,
Jeffrey.
that's the problem. I'm very vulnerable.
Okay, maybe you know what
I am very
We're gonna
vulnerable.
let Jeffrey have his 10. We're gonna be supportive.
so
No, Jeffrey, we're being supportive. Let it go. We're gonna let you have your 10. What? Oh, you see, Jeff's mic got unplugged by God as he was about to continue lying. My answer.
I mean, I was going to say something I shouldn't say on camera.
Yeah, God knew.
Not a lie, but I was going to get a phone call after this airs.
Oh, really? I honestly, okay, this is so funny. I am at a 9. I'm very much at a 9 when it comes to being open to the risk that requires love. And I recognize that through dating the last 3 months, and the different men that I've been on dates with and the different experiences I've had, I'm recognizing that they are certain triggers that I'm working through in real time, very quickly, but working through in real time because I'm re-engaging in a different way. Does that make sense? Because a lot of people conflate avoidance with healing. I haven't had a tantrum in a year. You haven't left your house in a year. That doesn't mean anything. Leave the fucking house and then tell me how it goes. You know what I mean? And so I think the fact that I took a year off from dating, now that I am dating, there are triggers that I'm like, oh, because my palate is cleansed, that's a trigger.
Yeah.
And I'm working through it quickly, but I'm very surprised by where the triggers are showing up. So it's interesting to be so open while still having a fresh wound that's being healed in real time, if that makes sense. But I trust myself to find someone who deserves me, and to also pivot if it stops making sense. My friend, who's a witch, because you know the witches hang out in covens, she said this is the year that she sees me attracting my partner.
That's lovely.
Her last prediction came true.
I feel like we talked about this in 2023 in one of these episodes.
We did,
and
probably.
we've been, Blue, this is happening because
Jesus Christ.
it's come up in conversation.
Yeah, I keep getting calls from random witches like,
Get that womb ready.
whoa, where did wombs come from? Wait,
Because you're about to have all the unprotected sex.
wait a minute. No, okay, first of all, wow. Jeffrey, if I get pregnant, I'm blaming you. You know that, right?
That's fine. I'm going to be a great uncle.
A gunkle?
Gunkle.
I want to say to anybody that I'm talking to that I am not actively trying to get pregnant and that my friends are just being funny. Please do not get scared by them.
Ain't that whatever. Nobody, I don't think nobody's trying to get pregnant.
I'm not trying.
Some people
to
be
get
trying.
Some people do be trying.
I am, because here's the thing, honestly, I don't want a baby or marriage by any means necessary. And I think that's what separates me from a lot of women over 40, except for Lulu, who feels the same way. I only want a child and a husband if it enhances the amazing life that I've already built for myself.
Yes.
There are women who have amazing lives who would be in shambles to give up everything just to have a baby and a husband. I am not one of y'all.
Yeah, there are a lot of women like that.
Who would give up everything just for some dick and a baby.
It's shocking. But also, when they get it, they'll be like, oh, shit, this ain't what I thought.
Because, and Lulu, I will say, there's some privilege. I've gotten some DMs about our privilege. Y'all always DM me with shit that is none of our business.
Privilege?
They're saying that because we've both had opportunities to get married and turned down, that the yearning to get chosen is not living within us, and that's why we can't relate to those women. Somebody sent me a long 5-paragraph DM that, well, you said you were engaged and turned it down, and Lulu had an NFL nigga and da-da-da-da. Must be nice to turn it down, but some of us ain't never been chosen. So the feedback that I'm getting from some of our women viewers is we're speaking from a place of privilege because there's a wound that they have that we don't have.
Well, first of all, I think that's untrue because I've known a lot of women and they've really literally just looked around and was like, I'm ready to have a baby now. This is the part of life. And they've turned down people as well. That's A. Second thing.
She said, hit him up, part 2. Okay,
Right.
Tupac. Fuck your click.
Second of all, I think a lot of times, I'll say sometimes, I think that women, I can't always say this is true for men, but it can be, Jeff, so you let me know. I think that sometimes with women, they have like this beacon of hope of what exactly the man that they want or need to have, and they're waiting for that specific thing. And they've had like good people in their lives and men who probably would have been willing to marry or anything like that, but maybe he wasn't tall enough, or maybe he didn't have the money that you wanted, or maybe you didn't like his fake Gucci belt. I don't know.
Wow.
But like, I'm serious. And so then they're like, oh, no one's ever chosen no one. It's like, no, there's been plenty, especially like good people, good guys. And I think that for me, I don't know if this is true for you, I'm willing to get to know someone, even if they don't check every single box that, you know, I would like to have. Like, we all have things that we are non-negotiables, and we have things that we would like to have, and some things are like, it could or could not be. So I think that we are open more than a lot of women are to be that kind of thing.
I have a response, but I want to hear what Jeffrey has to say first. Yeah.
If it follows, I think 1, 2, 3 of us all speak from a place of a certain privilege that everybody doesn't have.
What's the privilege that you're calling out?
It's several priviges.
Oh, hit it.
Number one-
Wow.
No, number one,
Friendly fire.
Yeah.
Friendly fire. Several privileges. Hit it, Jeffrey. You just called me a Karen on my... Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we're speaking from our whiteness.
Okay.
Pretty privilege. Because
Jeffrey called
y'all
us
are
cute.
both,
I
y'all
like
are
this.
both gorgeous women who are not out here dealing with a lot of shit that a lot of people that don't look like y'all have to go through.
I mean, there are gorgeous women who go through stuff too.
And so y'all can say things to dudes where they will back down or back away or will stand
we
firm.
are slightly goonish.
Yeah,
Okay,
and, you know, I hate,
Fair enough.
and as I've gotten older, I do hate that word ugly, less attractive, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But people that don't look like us,
Conventionally attractive.
there you go. People that don't look like us, they just, you know, and then also that privilege. We live in LA.
Yeah.
Come on, we live
Shit
in
is shiny out here.
shiny, beautiful
very
ass,
shiny.
expensive as LA. We live out here. There's just certain privileges for us, even just in dating, that middle America, a little bumfuck Arkansas, I use because me and Blue, we both watch reality TV.
A lot.
my girl, Sweet Tea.
Ooh.
There are just certain things.
Oh, she's missing a
Like,
I want to say something.
And I hate
bad.
to say that, but like Sweet Tea, her goal is a Dr. G.
Ugh, oof.
Y'all would never. You don't know who Dr. G is. I'm gonna show you who Dr. G is. Blue know who Dr. G is. Y'all, it's that.
He's the human embodiment of snot.
Y'all just wouldn't.
no.
And it's just certain things where I'm just like, ugh, we ain't got to deal with that. You know, we never have to do. We say what we would and wouldn't do, but at the same time, we ain't got to deal with certain things.
Okay, so for the sake of housekeeping, we do have to wrap up. But
Oh,
I will say I want to acknowledge. Shout out to Kaden for giving us some
Thank
grace.
you, Kaden.
I want to acknowledge what both of you said. I think what I heard from Jeffrey, I'll start with you, is I do agree there is intellectual privilege. There's confidence privilege. There's a certain way that we navigate the world where people who would be more unsavory know to leave us alone. I'll say that, Lulu, about us, right? I will also say to Lulu's point as well is that because I have so many guy friends of different walks of life and Lulu had brothers, we are used to seeing men as regular flawed human beings and don't have this deified view of how a man can fix everything. There's some women who do have a father and brothers, but who deify them like, oh my God, they're perfect. And the first time they found that their daddy cheated or their brother's a fuckboy, they freak out. I think Lulu and I know how to love men in their mess. We know how to see men as people and not need them to be perfect to love them. And I was just telling one of Lulu's friends at her New Year's Eve party, if you can love a messy platonic man, it makes it a lot easier to love a messy romantic man. You know what I mean? And so I think that muscle that we have of loving men as people, not as partners, makes it easier for us to be like, hey, that doesn't work for me, and I'm not desperate because I have other masculine energy around me. There's a lot of women who have a lot of girl groups, women's empowerment group, girl brunches, girls this and girls that, and they're not surrounded by attractive men. So when they finally meet one, there's a desperation that jumps out of their body that doesn't jump up for us because we're attracted by fine niggas all the time.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
all the goddamn time. Like it's not a big deal for me to see an attractive man. It's definitely not for you. You know what I mean? So I think exposure to masculine energy in where the stakes are low so we can see them as people and the privilege of being confident women who I wish a nigga would is probably why I'm getting those DMs saying I understand y'all, but y'all don't know how hard it is in the trenches.
Yeah.
You know what I
Don't get
mean?
me wrong. It's hard out here for pretty people too.
Wait a minute. Jeffrey's talking about for the pretty bitches.
Listen,
Wait a minute, Jeffrey.
because also at the same time, there is just certain things that we are expected to live up to or be because we're quote unquote pretty or whatever. Like it's hard being pretty sometimes.
Okay, so that's how we're ending the show. Jeffrey wants you all to
Let's
know
close it out, yes.
that it is so hard
Everybody
to be
going
pretty.
through something. We all going through something. I just need y'all to
This
sympathize.
motherfucker said it's hard to be pretty. I cannot do it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right, so guys, this episode of Backpack was brought to you by BlueCentricShop.com.
Brought to you by the strap.
The Strap.
The strap.
I want all straight men to know that if you have a black lesbian friend, because studs are only black lesbians. That was a whole thing on TikTok about that. Stud is a black
You
lesbian
ain't never
term.
called a white lesbian a stud.
Do not call white. There was an Indian girl. She's like, if I'm not a stud, what am I? And they responded, you're a Himdian. They called her a Himdian.
It just, honestly, truly, when you think of it, it just don't. It's those. I don't know if I can say it on camera, but
Girl, we said a girl. Jeffrey, we don't say everything.
Stud, between stud, bull dagger. Those just I always think of black lesbians.
The fact that Jeffrey has said bull dagger is my clue.
So can
we gotta end the show.
can slurs? I guess slurs are race specific. Get me out of here. Get me out of here before you
Play the
cancel.
camera on me so I
Get
can
out of
wrap
here.
this up. The fact that Jeffrey said bull dagger. Show Lulu. Lulu has come undone. Okay. The fact that Jeffrey has said bull
Oh
dagger
my
means it's
God.
time to end the show.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you all for this special episode. As far as you know, my emotional intelligence coach, because clearly, despite being a goon, I know how to have healthy relationships. OTS24.eventbrite.com. That stands for Own Thy Shift, OTS24.eventbrite.com. The class starts January 31st. This is your last week to sign up, so please do so. I think we only have like 3 or 4 spots left. Lulu and Jeffrey, I missed you guys so much. I need to rob a bank so we can be in the studio more because Zoom does never compare to us being in person. I don't think Jeffrey would have said bull dagger from the safety of his home. Tell the people where they can find you, Jeffrey, in particular first, so they can know where to send their complaints.
Everything for me is at Jeffro5. And for the first lesbian that sends me a DM of her and her backpack, I got a free seafood mac and cheese headed your way.
Wow!
Must be in the Los Angeles area though, because that's shipping across country.
Okay, Jeffrey is doing promos
I'm doing
to
it,
the bull
yeah.
daggers. Okay.
I would a lesbian that DMs me her and her backpack, and you know, if you watch the episode and made it to the end, you know what we're talking about. I got a seafood mac and cheese coming your way.
I want to see a picture of her.
I do too.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it on the show when it happens.
We absolutely have to. How about you, Lulu? Where can they find you?
LU_LU19.
She said, I will not be back here when that shit happens.
back. And as always, I am at Blue Centric Shop. To anybody who I mentioned during this episode, I hope you appreciate that I shared your stories without sharing your names. Please don't cuss me out. And I just want to thank you guys for being so fun, because one thing I will say about doing the last episode with Jason without y'all is that I know that when I have like these guests and we're doing these hard-hitting interviews, y'all can't be here, but I really missed y'all. So I really do love the dynamic that we've built. And I also love that my instinct was right, because people didn't realize that all last year, everybody that I interviewed, I was low-key trying to figure out who I wanted to be my guest co-host. Like I was like, her, no, not her. She talked too loud. So I just love that you guys were in an American Idol search and didn't even realize it, because when we get this coin, we are showing out. And one of the things I'm manifesting is, on our 1-year anniversary of doing this as a group, October 2024, we will be having a live show in Los Angeles. So anybody who wants to
I got a venue.
Perfect. Anybody who wants to do sponsorship, anybody who wants to collaborate, anybody who wants to be down, we will be having a Humanized live show in Los Angeles in October. So now we have something to work up to.
So y'all could cuss me out in public.
There's going to be a lot of old lesbians. Who you calling a bull dagger?
Right, show up with pitchforks.
You got a backpack, don't you?
Backpack. On that note,
Send me y'all backpacks.
we have to go. We love you. Please follow, subscribe, like. We know that you guys are watching. It's very obvious you're watching, but we need you to engage publicly so we can get them coins. We love y'all so much. Until next time, please remember that we're all human beings doing human shit. Bye.
Bye.
Ooh,